Hey everyone, what a day. I know I'm streaming way later than I normally do, and probably no one's going to watch this. In fact, no one watches it anyway, so. But that's okay, we got to start somewhere. In case you're interested, I got a merch store. I know. Who doesn't have a merch store? I know. Who doesn't have a lot? I'm just a wannabe, clearly. But anyway, I need to play me some Fortnite, just to play me some Fortnite. There's a new thing where they do some clips for you automatically. There's a beta testing for it. I want to try that out. So let's play some Fortnite. I feel like a total ass, but heck, it's been a long day, and I'm trying to stream every day, at least something. I am working on some projects now, have some ideas. Hope everyone's had a chance to watch a couple of my cooking videos. That's because I'm a fat man. Of course, I'm going to cook, right? Um, and I'm just trying to do different stuff. Real excited as I got those lavalier mics. I want to do more content, just variety of content anyway, but I feel weird if I don't stream at least a little bit today. So, hi, thank you. I'm Magi History, and welcome to the Man Closet. And John is offline, so he won't be joining me today. So I'm rolling solo, baby. Rolling solo. Yes, I know. So we're just waiting. My wife just sent me a teacher funny. Oh, yeah, about to start. All right. Sorry, y'all. Again, there's no one watching anyway. Y'all is metaphorical because I like the idea of someone's gonna watch this sometime, someday. I mean, whatever, right? Um, but yeah, today's been a day. Just we teachers get paid once a month in Texas, and at least most of the teachers, most of the ISDs are or independent school districts, meaning they are independent from the county, but that doesn't mean they don't have lots of regulation and stuff. It's actually an interesting concept that they have that we didn't have in Florida. But yeah, apparently most teachers get paid once a month in most of the districts. So it's just something you got to get used to when you move to a new state. So it being holiday. Last month we got paid early, but then we still in January have to wait to get paid in. Not a complaint, it's just the way it is, so I have to get used to it. But boy, the wife got paid today. Again, she's a teacher too, so she wanted to go to HEB. HEB, if you don't know about that, that is a grocery store chain in Texas. It's actually a really good chain. The prices are super reasonable. I used to go to this place called Winco, which is also pretty reasonable, but and Winco is a employee owned, so it's kind of cool, but it's very bare bones, and so no one's gonna bag your groceries or any of the things that might attract some people. to shopping at those type of grocery stores. I mean, Walmart's a headache. Walmart's always been a headache, so we don't go to Walmart. But um, for the most part, HEB is the great balance because their prices are actually super reasonable comparative to their their products, and they're relatively fresh as well. So we like it. Definitely something that we're lucky to have in Texas. And if you don't live in Texas, which I'm sure lots of people don't, I know that's a stupid thing. Me being from Florida, Texas was not what I expected. I knew they had the same politics, but that's about it. And even then, that's questionable, really. It's the way they run the state's completely different. In Florida, you could go into a driver's license bureau and literally get your ID that day, walk away with it and everything. In Texas, like in Georgia back in the 90s when I first got my license, you had to wait for it in the mail. And getting a driver's license appointment after COVID takes like months unless you're willing to go to, what's it called? Smaller rural areas. But where I live, oh my God, you'd be very lucky to get an appointment the same month you put it. And you still got to wait for your card. It's just said, it's not something I'm used to being from Florida. I gotta go. Ah, dang it! See, I kept talking too much. Oh, goodness. But yeah, so I got paid today. I didn't get paid today, but we went to HEB. We went nuts. We bought all kinds of food, snacks. I even got some for the kids, but my students. But I really don't do that. I mean, I don't know. Some of my kids, they don't have access to many snacks as some other kids. So anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. I shouldn't be talking about my job anyway. But I got paid. Well, she got paid. Hopefully, I'll get tomorrow. But our both teachers will get paid once a month. We both work in different school districts. We go to HEB. We managed to spend almost $400 in groceries, which we got a lot of stuff. $400 wouldn't go nearly as far in Florida in grocery stores, not Winn-Dixie, not Publix, especially not Publix. And like I say, the prices at HEB are super reasonable comparative to what they provide, and they got a lot of stuff. But it's Texas, so their pre-made stuff is very Texas-oriented, and if you don't like the Texas flavors, which I'm not a fan of, I believe I like real Southern food, not this Southern-esque Midwest, not Western Southern food, because Texas food is not Florida food or coastal South food. Southern food from where I'm from, Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, Mississippi, Alabama, that's good eating. Louisiana food and Texas food, it's different. I don't dislike it, but quite frankly, being from where I'm from, of course, I think my food's better tasting. But they had some good stuff, and they have a lot of fresh stuff, and it was pretty sweet. So we went there, but still, I spent another $200 at Sam's Club online to get other things. So just been running around all day. So that's why I'm only streaming a little bit, but I feel weird if I don't stream, even if I have nothing to do or nothing to say. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope y'all had a good day. I hope it was busy and fruitful, busy in a good way. And thank you for watching if you watch. And if you watch this later, hey, thanks for joining in. Wait, I know exactly what I'm doing, and I ain't here and screwing around here. Just talking away, not thinking. Gotta get my sword. I come here directly to get this sword. But I have no need for... Alright. Why did I do that? Oh. Excuse me. So I hope, like I said, I hope y'all had a good day. I'd love to hear about it if you want to type in there. I really trying to build a community. This isn't about Fortnite. This is, I mean, I try to make videos and have fun. I want you to get to know me, and I want to get to know y'all. Um, I'm not some. See, I'm a high school teacher. I'm not some. I don't know how to put it. I'm not going to be rude to people unless they're rude to me, and even then, I'm not about that. So, if you're expecting me to be a rude jackass, then you're definitely in the wrong place. But if you like a community and actually, God dang, and aren't interested in that kind of thing, hey, thanks for the join. I mean, thanks for watching is what I'm trying to say. You son of a motherless goat. Okay, I got you. Wow, I feel. Okay, think about what you're doing there, Magi. Another reason why I got on kind of late is that apparently they want me to set up the storefront because they like to put merch in or whatever. See if I can sell some merch to some people. So I was designing a bowling shirt, trying to get my closet logo because I have two basic logos. One is my chair I'm sitting in, and then what's in the closet for decor. Because being a history or social studies teacher, because I teach both, so I'm not even sure what to call myself. Um, Being that kind of teacher, and like any other red-blooded '80s boy into martial arts movies and stuff like that, of course I'm going to like swords and stuff like that. So I got swords and knives and stuff, and I don't really use them even though they're all battle ready. But anyway, the merch is basically trying to get the bowling shirt to do both my closet chair and my food pissing me off. Stop moving around. Oh, he had a kinetic sword. You're screwed if you could. There we go. Alright, we took care of him. And his bougie and not so good kinetic sword. But yeah, we was trying to do some merch. Say a shirt, hat. I wanted to do a bowling shirt because that is totally me. I'm such a bowling shirt type of guy. When I say bowling shirt, we're talking about a classic leisure shirt, whatever you want to call it. Most people today know it as a bowling shirt. Some people you call it a casual dress shirt. Back in the day, everyone pretty much wore collars, so I'm trying to get my logo. The back logo's fine, the seat. I was trying to get a picture of my knives and my uh, my axe displays, was I have some Viking axes and stuff. Again, it's a history thing. It's not I'm some pew pew, nut or knife nut or anything like that. I have a lot of them, but again, that goes back to being history and an '80s kid that could walk into a shop, martial arts shop at 12 years old and buy a freaking Chinese stars and all that stuff, thinking you're a badass, pretty much. Best way I say it. Days when kids could buy lighters, and heck, when I lived in Georgia, I went to high school in coastal Georgia. Um, you could you could buy cigarettes at 15 legally. Not talking about going to some. Is that also Connect? I get confused between the two. Okay, these are. Oh, he found the other Typhoon blade. Cool. I need to shut up and game. I'm in a talkative mood today. Even though I'm tired. Oh, these guys. I don't even need these guys. I need to find something to help me out food-wise. By the way, I'm also, which should be on, I might stream it and just chatting or what, I'm not really sure, but there's yeah, I had no, barely a shield. Couple things that I really want to talk about, and some of it has to do with me and my bachelor's degree in sociology, and in part of sociology, you study criminology. And I've been doing research for years about the seedier side, not necessarily the dark web, but some stuff that scams and stuff that happen on all the platforms like Twitter and TikTok and stuff like that. Basically, people trying to catfish people to spend money and some other stuff. I'm sure lots of people have been through it, but I've been amazed because these same scams just seem to keep going. I mean, first Craigslist, Backpage, obviously, um, Twitter. I'm sure it happens on TikTok too. I know it happens on Facebook. I just amazing how many scams are on there and how many times people put trust in these people just to have them take advantage of you. And I was interested in that why I was taking criminology in college. 'Cause I only graduated my bachelor's degree 10 years ago, so that was a thing. But I've always been doing research since, and I just want to share that with everybody in case you didn't know this happens on these sites or these apps or whatever. Um, I'm not exposing any individuals, though. I'm not, because it's really an organizational, sociological situation where people needing money or trying to earn a quick buck or working for other people who are taking advantage of them in some way. Um, I mean, they're just scammers out there, and they're all over the internet, as y'all know. But people prey on people, and again, I don't understand some people's motivation except for the money, but I know that other people are so poor because people in America and the developed world, I guess you would say, most of us, we are wealthy compared to a lot of other people. So, of course, people want to see us as, oh, well, Americans can afford to get scammed money, and, in certain ways, they're not wrong, but people do it to their own people, too, which is actually probably more common than other groups. But I'm just fascinated by that, and I think that everybody should be equipped with the right information, especially, online dating or hooking up culture and stuff like that. There's lots of stuff in hookup culture is a huge scam too. And it's funny, you'll find these things not just on dating sites where you kind of expect it, but on social media, even X and this and that. So, I was going to walk some people through some scams that I found uh, that I just want to talk to, like in a true crime type of way, but something I want to do soon. Been thinking about that. So definitely check out. If you've seen me streaming on something besides Fortnite. Like my YouTube stuff. Some of my YouTube stuff is just videos I make with my wife or cooking or that kind of thing. And some other stuff I want to talk about. I do talk about some political stuff, but again, being a high school teacher, I have to even be careful with that. Um, Not because I'm afraid per se, but there's when you're considered a authority, which from a high school student point of view, I am an authority. I have to be careful with leading people in one direction or the other. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to share my personal opinions, but just preface the fact that I want to communicate it in a way that everyone understands that I'm not just running off at the mouth and saying my political opinion just because I'm looking for somebody to make me famous for sharing my political opinion or political commentator. I mean, I literally studied this stuff my entire life, not to mention I'm almost 50 years old, and I've been paying attention to current events. I've officially studied many social things, and so I'm coming from it not quite the best, most well-spoken way, because clearly I'm not that great of a communicator. Even as a teacher, I have to have some type of mapping out because I am on the spectrum. I can literally just freaking talk and talk and talk and may not make any sense. It makes perfect sense to me, but that's how communication works, right? You gotta learn to communicate with others, not just go, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? There's nothing more than someone who's like, I'm an expert, but you know what I mean? Or people that I'm sure spend these times, as I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube with political commentators, and they're editing all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, some of you guys are qualified, and some of them just realize that, hey, if I'm going for so-and-so, then I say all the right things, I'm going to get a bunch of people following me, and that's awesome. I mean, at the end of the day, it's part entertainment, and hey, these people are trying to make a living from it. But, I mean, I teach kids social studies, and there actually is a big responsibility in that. And the fact that I also don't want to be known as someone who is trying to indoctrinate children in anything. I mean, I teach political science this year. Last year was world history, but even teaching political science, your personal beliefs, you need to be able to explain it properly. Because, I mean, ideology is a very big thing. Ideology, whether it's religion or politics, people get emotional about that. And I don't want to be around, personally, I don't want to be around people that always think like me. So it's important to me that that you at least walk away understanding my point of view is coming from not just my personal opinion, but it's developed through personal life experience and viewing it from sociological points of view and understanding the historical context. Because all politics, all religion, all have a sociological context of culture, wars, all those things. So when someone goes spouting at the mouth saying, oh, they know what they're talking about and they're right because they're right and you're wrong because they're wrong. Well, why? Oh, because it's common sense. Yes, it's common sense to those people who agree with you, but it's not necessarily common sense to the people who don't agree with you. And then there's just some people who are just disingenuous people that that are just going to say what they're trying to say because they want to influence you. I mean, that's what an influencer does, whether it's politics or whether it's a commercial. It's all sales. Politics, religion, teaching, it's all a form of sales. So, of course, there's going to be some bias. And I hate when people use the words implicit bias, but, people are coming from a point of view, and some people literally do it to manipulate you. And other people do it from uh, a position of, wanting support. I actually explained on my video on YouTube, I changed the name of it. Originally it was, if you have a political opinion, don't watch. But I actually want you to watch it. It does say why I'm a Republican. Y'all don't freak out, But the point I'm trying to make in that video is that people in the Western world, whether it's America or Europe, most of them come from a background of classical liberalism. And classical liberalism in America, um, both political parties are classical liberals. So conservative in our country is not conservative in Syria, right? Conservative in our country is not conservative in China. Conservative in a lot of areas, it's not the same. We're from the West. Western democracies like our country are full of, the majority of people are a form of classical liberal. And to know what a classical liberal is, and then go from what a modern liberal is, you'll realize that the simple fact is that our beliefs are not much different. However, all politics is to give a certain group advantage over another, but it's also a social structure where if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But there has to be some agreed upon things. That's why it's called a social contract, right? Social contract is a political, philosophical idea, just like classical liberalism. And I explained that in depth in that video, probably too much. I want to do it again, actually, as a podcast on just chatting to actually answer questions, because I want people to ask me questions. I desire people to ask me questions, because, I'm tired of arguing. You don't know how many times in my 30 adult years that I argued politics with anybody, all we did was run off in a huff. And we generally want the same thing, except, some people are looking for extra advantage. And political advantage is political advantage, but I'm the type that I want it to be as fair as possible. And I want it for everyone to have equal opportunity, because outcomes are never the same. Equal outcomes are just, it's a ridiculous idea, because no one is the same at all. I remember once I had some voluntary stuff. Some people may refer to as community service. I know that the court considered it community service. It's a long story on that, and I'm not going to get into it, but obviously that stuff is passed because they must be stuck or something. Because I couldn't be a teacher if I had all kinds of really bad stuff or something. I was a stupid kid in my 20s. I did some stupid stuff. But anyway, long story short, I ended up working Thanksgiving at the Salvation Army. And I was working a job where I was basically a security guard. So again, being a security guard, obviously I couldn't have done much, and still have a job as a security guard at the time. So anyway, I was working in the kitchen for dinner for the Salvation Army, serving people food. the homeless people and stuff like that. Again, this was community service. It's court appointed community service. So it's not like I'm some great person or anything. But I started talking to a lady who basically, she says, yeah, I come here and I work a few hours a week in order to get my additional money. Because yes, I get food stamps and yes, I get this stuff, but I need or want additional things. And I said to her, well, have you ever thought about, working, getting a job? I mean, security, depending on what you got, sometimes it's literally just sitting in an office doing nothing overnight. In fact, I had a few job security where I really didn't have anything to do but sit in a car overnight and watch an empty lot or something like that. And when I did that, pay was crap, but I actually did a lot of my college work and study as a security guard when I had a chance. Because again, it wasn't like I'm actively doing active security. It's like literally, hey, sit in front of this warehouse or sit in front of this parking lot. So, I do my rounds and this and that and watch it. But I did a lot of work studying as a security guard while I was in college. And so I said to her, I was like, hey, if you really if you really don't have a job and you really don't want to do anything except sit around and not do much, I could probably help you get a security job. I know my company, which contractors, needed security officers that, again, sit in front of somewhere and really not do much of anything except observe. And I said, hey, here's the company. If you need a ride, I'll be happy to come uh, uh, help you fill out the information. Do you have a home, right? Yeah, I live in, housing, government housing. I was like, okay, cool. Uh, well, since you live there, this job doesn't pay all that, but again, it's better than having to come to the Salvation Army to basically just get extra money. I mean, extra food from the food bank or whatever. So I'm more than happy to help you. She turned to me, looked, says, no, I'm good. I'm like, what do you mean, you don't want a job? She says, yeah, I'm not really into work. Said, so, well, again, it's a security guard job, and like some of them are literally just sitting there watching. If anything goes wrong, just give them a call. She goes, yeah, I wasn't meant for work. I'm not meant for going to work. Now, this is an anecdotal story. So, it's not a judgment on anybody and everybody, but there are simply some people out there that just don't or aren't willing to work. And in the United States, we still take care of them just fine. So not everybody is going to do what they want, what they need to be successful. Some people are just okay with receiving, help, government help, or help of family members and this and that, because they have no desire to take the opportunities in life that are given them. So how can you expect to have the exact same outcome if you don't put in the same effort, right? I mean, is that really unreasonable to say that, I should be given a job because I'm a certain I don't even know how to say it. Should I be, because I'm a certain group of people, it's not, I'm not even talking about race. Y'all know. People who claim the system don't work for them, but yet they aren't willing to do the things that they need to do to take opportunity. I mean, why are you expecting equal outcome if you don't put in equal effort? You know? I think that's one thing about the good thing about DEI and affirmative action. I'm all about um, everyone being treated equally when it comes to opportunities and education and that thing, especially for people, Americans that live in this country and contribute. But at the end of the day, some people just aren't going to take it. So why should we give people chances they're not going to take advantage of anyway? And I'm talking about people. I'm not talking about, again, the first lady I was talking about, in fact, was a white lady. So someone like me, well, I'm not a lady, but so it wasn't it wasn't a judgment on her. It's just a anecdotal story of situations where certain people just don't take advantage of opportunities they're given. So I think that someone taking advantage of the opportunity given is more important than whether they're a boy, a girl, or any of those type of, or oppressed group or whatever. Because, I mean, the truly oppressed people in the world are people who bust their ass every day and don't get paid enough for what they do. Or not be able to pay their bills, and have done all the right things. But this is coming from somebody who, I've washed dishes, I've worked in restaurants, I've been a cook, I've been around wealthy people as a socially, but I've also been around wealthy people as a server and stuff like that. But I tell you what, there's nothing worse than feeling like you're unseen to like just a piece of furniture, or I don't know. It's frustrating because it's hard to say these thoughts and then try and do it in a way that someone's going to judge me for anything I say. It's just a typical thing, so. My point is I saw, working in certain industries and in the hotel especially, or working in hospitals, or, doing a lot of the low-level paid jobs, it sometimes feels like some of the people around you really just don't think of you as a human. They think of you almost like you're just not good enough. So I'm going to go straight out. I was very offended by this lady, Episcopal bishop, during the prayer at the American Cathedral in D.C., knowing how that the president who was elected by the majority of voters in the United States is being given a lecture about people who are here illegally that are doing jobs that no one else wants to do. I'm sorry, that's horseshit. I've had all those jobs. Every single job she listed, I have had in my life. I've been a day laborer. I've been a dishwasher. I've been a cook. I've actually, for a very short time, just as I found a better job, paying job, I picked fruits. I've picked something. I mean, I'm from Florida. My grandfather went from a sharecropper, Florida orange picker, to an industrial contractor whose company that he hasn't owned since I was a child, by the way, that is a very decent sized contracting firm in North Florida. And I'll tell you this, you know, no job's too good for anybody. And people who think a job's too good for them, well, I don't know what to tell you, but you're in the wrong place, bro. Because we have all the opportunities in this country that most people don't have. And there's so many people that don't take advantage of it. And so at the same time, people want, instead of taking advantage of it by being the best at something, they want somebody to give it to them so they don't have to meet the expectations that other people have to meet. I've literally sat in an interview for a job promotion. I'm not going to mention the companies, but literally sat there waiting for a job, talking about a job promotion. And they say, well, you know what, Magi, obviously they didn't say Magi, we're going to have to go with this person because they're there's less of these people in management than someone like you or me. Oh, okay. That conversation, if you have it once or twice in your life, it's like whatever, it is what it is. There's always next time. But when it's like almost every conversation they have, hey, you were great. You're the best. You actually are my pick. But my bosses say I have to pick somebody who it is not of the same demographic as you, because that's what they want. Yeah, got old. It got old real quick. Um, so of course my opinion is going to be from the fact that look, I'm literally having people who I would be working directly under saying, yeah, you're my pick, but I can't choose you because I have to pick somebody else, not because they're better than you, but because they fit a narrative that the company wants for this position. I mean, what do you say to that when it's the 10th time you've heard it? Especially knowing that you've had every crappy job that you can think of, not doesn't pay well. And then some bishop, um, who in herself is privileged, um, talks about basically that how only illegal immigrants are willing to do those jobs. The same jobs I had. I was willing to do them. I needed to pay my bills. I needed to eat. I was more than happy to do those jobs. So give me a freaking break, right? I mean, these whole narratives. Look, I don't know. I guess my biggest problem in life is that I was raised lower middle class, and I have a lower middle class or working class mentality. I'm very educated, very well educated, and that's because I've always sought personal education. It wasn't until I got older when I was like, you know what, I need to get paper that says I have this knowledge and that skill. So college for me was extremely easy, and it wasn't because of my major. It was simply because I already had a lot of that knowledge before even walking into a class. Um, that's why when I went to take my social studies exam for the state of Texas, I didn't even bother to study. I just walked in and took it. Had no problem passing it. Same thing. I have an MBA as well. When I went to take my MBA, my test for business and finance to teach at a high school level, I just walked in and took the test. I didn't study. I didn't see you know, there was a couple of questions on that test that clearly had no actual reference. The only way you would have gotten that question right was simply by reading the study guide. So take that what you will, but point is that my mentality is I want everybody to get along. I want everybody to have opportunities. And I think that if you've earned the right to sit for an interview and your boss is saying, hey, you know what, to be honest with you, I'd love to pick you, but I can't because of politics. And you hear it over and over and over again. What point of view are you going to have about that kind of thing, stuff like DEI and stuff like that? Because, look, somebody's has an advantage somewhere, obviously. You know, who's the one with the biggest advantage in a job? The person who knows the hiring person, right? Person who knows the HR director. Because in the short form of it, HR people are going to pick who they want, either based off of company policy or because they have some social connection. You know, that's a big company. Small companies, look, if you're a small business owner, you have a right to hire whoever you want when you want because you see benefit in hiring them. I remember my brother, construction worker, by the way. He got fired one time, not because he was a bad worker, but his boss, who owned the construction company, his ex-wife was not happy with him, and he's having to do things, for because the ex-wife and financial reasons with the ex-wife. So his ex-wife says, "Look, I need you to hire my brother." Remember, his ex-wife, the business owner. I need you to hire my brother. He's like, "Well, I don't have any openings." So she's like, "Well, you need to hire him." So my brother, who worked for him several years, but was still kind of the low man on the totem pole in that way, he says, "Hey, I got to fire you, not because you did a bad job, but I have to give your job to somebody else." And my brother says, "Well, no, that's unfair and this and that. That's bullcrap." And, from his point of view, I could totally understand that. But being a small business owner, he had to make his wife happy. I mean, his ex-wife happy. And that is sometimes just way more valuable to him than having a good employee. I know that sounds whack, but if you think about it, you're a small business owner. You have to find some benefit in anyone you employ. So the whole point is not to give people jobs as a small business owner. The whole idea is to stay in business so you can make a living. And because of that, there has to be some type of profit, or there has to be some type of value in everyone you hire. For my brother's boss, the value was getting his ex-wife off of his butt. And he's going to value that even more than a worker. Or Trump hires his family members. I think they're solely owned. They're not publicly traded. That's cool. It is what it is. But when you have these corporations that's hiring a bunch of people in the public traded, no, you should be hiring the people who are best for the job, not best for your social circle or any of that crap, because it is crap. Nonprofits, that's another thing. Nonprofits that aren't government, a lot of people will hire staff members because their family members of that staff member contribute to that nonprofit. Hey, if that's a way that makes you money for your nonprofit, that's totally understandable too. But again, if you're a publicly traded for-profit company, you owe it to your shareholders to hire the most capable person, or the person that can be developed the most, not based off of politics. And there should be, there's this thing called the Equal Rights Bill, 1964. And in that Equal Rights Bill, it said that people are supposed to be treated the same. Okay? I think that's also is it the 14th? Anyway, it's been a long day and I'm streaming and I'm just running in the mouth and I probably shouldn't be doing that. But, the idea that this narrative that's constantly being spread by people that don't know what they're talking about, that only illegals will do certain jobs. I mean, my wife's an immigrant. If you know anything about legal immigrants, especially Asian immigrants, a lot of them don't see going and working in these big corporations without a really good education as a benefit. So what do? It's they start their own businesses, or people from where they're from invest in those businesses, and generally they're very successful. And why are they successful? Not because they're Asian. They're not successful for any other reason, but they know for the fact that they have to make it work for them. And they do well. Many of them do well. Many are business owners. Statistically, Korean Americans, my wife's Korean American, the majority of Korean Americans are self-employed. Majority, think about that. They're small business owners and stuff like that. Again, some of them get the money because they had been invested, right? I live in Texas, and there's a lot of small business owners that are not quite, honestly, aren't exactly legal either. But yeah, if they're here, they deserve a chance if they're legal. You know. Sorry if that offends people, but again, I had jobs that you keep on saying only legals will do. Well, no, I did them because I needed to work. And even if the pay sucked, I still did it. So I have a hard time accepting a narrative from someone who don't know what the hell they're talking about, and then bringing God up to it, and trying to make people feel bad. It's stupid. And I think people got sick of it, and that's part of why Trump won. But I hate talking politics to people. But I also have to have an outlet for it, because again, when I talk to my students, I just talk about the facts, and I don't know, recently I figured that a lot of people, especially news media, will realize, hey, you know what? People aren't accepting this narrative anymore, so you need to stop pushing it. But yet, at the same time, I live in an apartment complex that forces us to, we can only have Spectrum internet. And of course, what they go, oh, well, you'll have the tech package, and that tech package includes Spectrum internet, but you're going to have to pay $80 for it. And then I can't even directly patch in, like through a personal router, to my own internet. I had AT&T fiber optic for many years at all the other places I rented, and then I watch whatever I want. I moved here, and it was a good deal in other ways, even though I wasn't happy about the Spectrum thing. But, yeah, our router is completely managed by the company that's been contracted through Spectrum. And the reason why I bring this up in this stream is I have no power I'm not allowed to get other internet. And part of that is Spectrum includes a basically hotel version of cable. And that hotel version, of course, doesn't have Fox News on it or have any other real news programs. I get most of my stuff through YouTube and apps like a lot of people do. But at the end of the day, every morning my wife wakes up and she wants to get the weather and a few other information while she's getting dressed, just like she's done for 20 years of our marriage. And what comes on? Spectrum News. Spectrum News is in no way um, unbiased in anything. Spectrum, I think, is owned by Time Warner, and no, they're as bad as MSNBC when it comes to their opinion, and this is literally, I'm paying $80 a month to have internet in a place that won't let me have my own from AT&T, which they're capable of doing because they made some contract, and I'm literally paying for them to spread propaganda every morning to my family if we're going to turn on the TV. I almost feels like I'm living here in North Korea when it comes to, literally propaganda if I have that TV on being pushed in my face, by a company that I'm renting an apartment from. Sorry, I'm on a rant today, and I apologize anybody who's watching this. You're probably not watched it. I know it's streamed on YouTube later, and I don't really have a following or anything, so. But still, I might eventually one day have a following, and this video is probably going to be up. So I'm just trying to be honest with you, and I apologize if I'm sounding incoherent or just going all over the place. It's simply, again, I'm on the spectrum, so not always the best at communicating. Really? Like, dude, shut up and just play Fortnite. Yeah, I got you. Well, I'm sure there's way better players than me anyway, so. I'm here because I want to build a following so I can get to know people and we can have fun and talk about things we want to talk about, that kind of thing. Probably won't get monetized here. I know I sound like a negative Nancy, but I'm just being real. I was just chapped by that whole thing with this. That happened this weekend with the with this bishop. And for those people who don't know, I was not raised a Episcopalian. I was raised Protestant. Actually, well, you can argue that. But I was raised mostly like most Southern people, Southern Baptist, and I attended a Methodist church in high school. I was part of their youth group, had a lot of good times with them. And I was really enjoyed that. Part of the reason why I even got into social studies was because of religion. Religion to me was fascinating, not just for the religious aspect, for the historical aspects and how that structure influences other structures like the history of the Roman Catholic and the Orthodox churches. In fact, today in school, I do have one world history class this year, and in that world history class, we were talking about the Ottoman Empire and the spread of Islam and Muhammad and all that stuff. It's just basic stuff. It's not. I don't go into like major detail. I went into some detail, but basically, a lot of what I'm saying or explaining to the students is that regardless of how it plays off in modern culture, basically Christianity was spreading to not just the Western world, but was starting to spread east in the 600s when Muhammad basically founded Islam, and a lot of that was military conquering and conversion, not the other way. But you can argue even Christianity was definitely spread by the sword, especially into especially in what am I thinking about? Especially to the tribes and the Vikings and stuff like that. A lot of Vikings became Christians through force of other Vikings. So Christianity and Islam both had some elements, as y'all know, that where it was spread by conquerors. And that can't be argued. There's so many facts about that you really can't say yay or nay on that. What it comes to me is the way people teach the Crusades. Literally, the spread of Islam happens in the 600s, right? The mid 600s. As Christianity is being spread during the early Middle Ages through Europe, from Saudi Arabia to North Africa, even Central Africa to some extent, even to Eastern Europe to some extent, and Asia Minor, with the caliphates. And then you had the what's it called? Iberian Peninsula, which is modern day Spain and Portugal. All of those lands were eventually conquered by Islam. And the Crusades was kind of an answer to that spread of Islam. I mean, yes, the Ottoman Turks don't become a thing until, 1453 is when they came in power, when they took Constantinople from one of the Constantines. I don't remember if he's the 5th or the 20th or whatever. Point is that the Ottoman Turks, were all part of these different caliphates in Islam, trying to take over the world, just like Genghis Khan, right? In fact, one of the people, a janissary of Mehmet II, I think it was, or Osman II. No, I think it was Osman. I know this stuff, but this stuff can be, you have to think about it sometimes. And again, I'm tired. It's been a long day. But anyway, you had Vlad the Impaler was part of the attacking force that took Constantinople, and it basically started the Ottomans as an empire. But the point is that religion spread through the East and Central Asia as Christianity started to spread west, but Christianity was also spreading to the east at that time. One of the oldest churches in the world, Christian churches, is in Antioch, Syria. It's literally called the Antioch Church. It predates the Roman Catholic, and it predates the before the Great Schism. Basically, the Eastern Catholic Church or the Eastern Orthodox Church. Um, and look, don't you can look this up. I might be using the wrong people, but point is that it's even though I teach it and I know it, trying to remember I think remembering the story and the result is far more important than getting someone's name always right. Because again, when you're tired and you're talking and trying to play Fortnite, you don't always. You can't be super detailed. But the point is the Crusades were really an answer because you had the Reconquista, because Spain was majority Islam. That's why El Cid fought for both Christians and Muslims in modern day Spain. Was because the Western and Eastern world were being dominated by two religions that had the same beginnings, but if you understand how it works, basically Abraham's the original prophet, and Moses, of course, are the prophets of Judaism, while Jesus is the main prophet or the Son of God of Christianity. And Muhammad, who came last to a Persian / Arab world, polytheistic world, was the last. So Islam is actually way younger, not way younger, I'd say 300-400 years younger than Christianity. And Christianity was starting to take a hold in the Middle East when Muhammad took over Medina and Mecca. So you're looking at an invasion force taking people over, just like the Christians were taking over the pagans of Europe. So it was anybody's game at that time. So to understand the religion and where that comes from and how that works is super important if you're going to understand politics. We have this thing, it's called grapes. This is an idea that some social studies person came up with. I just know because I bought the poster, but when I saw it, it's like, oh wow, that's exactly what I've been doing my whole life, and I didn't even realize it. But so every civilization has grapes. So you have geography, right? Every civilization has geography, where it's at. Geography plays a lot when it comes to agriculture. It plays a lot to access of goods and services. It access to all kinds of stuff. Geography decides what conflicts you have with your neighbors. Geography, and every civilization has geography. That's the G for great, right? And then R is religion. Every civilization that's ever existed has some form of state religion. Okay, especially back in the day, whether the ruler is the religion. You look at ancient Egypt, and the god pharaohs and that kind of thing, or the divine rights of kings when it comes to Christianity, or in a caliph or a sultan. They basically are getting their rights because of Muhammad wanted it to be that way. As far as that's the way I understand it in simple terms. I'm sure it's far more complex than that. And then you have the whole Shia Sunni thing and all that. But the thing is that religion is a key to all civilizations. because it's part of what the culture is about. So you got geography, you have religion. See, A is achievements. So technological achievements, achievement in art, philosophy, um, architecture, that kind of thing. They're all considered achievements, right? So you have G for geography, R for religion, A for achievements, P for politics. You can't have a country without politics because that literally is what it's part of what defines what a country is. Because if you don't have a political, you don't can't have a legal system without politics. It's just not possible. And there's also a general play between groups, between the ruling class, um, the social elites, the financial elites. Um, most political structures are in society are pretty much the same. You have the ruling class, you have the administration class, you have the trading class or the business class, the economic class, whatever you want to call them, and then you have the people who supply their labor, whether it's skilled labor or it's unskilled labor. You need it all. You can't have one without any of the others. So that's politics. So you got G for geography, R for religion, A for achievements, P for politics. So that's a grab. And what's E? Does anybody know what E is? Grapes. Um, that's right. Economics. Very good. So any society of scale has to have a economic system in place. If there's no economic system, there's not going to be any laws. There's not going to be any of those other things. Basically, you're living in a dystopian world that has no society. Because economics is how people trade goods and services that they can't make themselves or don't have the time to make. Or there's a whole idea of economics and the exchange of goods and services. It's so you don't have to spend your time making and doing things that someone else is willing to do for in trade. At one point, it was literal trade of goods and services, trade for trade. Then eventually, they have to have some type of monetary system, representative like fiat money or exchange of some type of currency instead of the direct good. So we got geography, we have religion, we have achievements, we have, let's P, politics, economics, and what is S? Anyone? You know what? I don't even think I remember what S is in grapes. Hmm. You know what? I can't remember right now. Geography? It'll come to me. Um, religion, achievements, politics, economics, and S. So I didn't come up with that, but it's so awesome. Um, Here it is. Social structure. If you want to know what I'm talking about, every civilization has grapes. It's actually a really good poster that I found when I first became a teacher, a social studies teacher. And I've just explained it to you essentially. So, social structure is the organization of people into different levels or classes in society. So, I'm going to read this real quick, just so you know what I'm talking about. So, every civilization has grapes. 8 factors to analyze world civilization and cultures. Everyone should do this about all kinds of stuff. When you're looking at social structures and understanding them, this is like the best stuff ever. So geography, how the Earth's surfaces, climate, and landscape affects lifestyle. Religion, a society's belief system and its related morality and traditions. Achievements, the lasting works and noteworthiness contributions of a society. The government politics, the government and power structure of a society, and who rules that society. Economics, how a society uses resources such as goods and money. And then social structure, the organization of people into different levels or classes in society. So that's what grapes is. And if you think about it, all civilizations have grapes. And actually, all organizations have grapes. The reason why I even brought this up in the first place is, again, I do have an MBA as well. And I would love to teach some business classes. But at the end of the day, business is another version of social studies. So, which is why I think businessmen would be good at, being effective politicians, because in order for business to thrive, you have to be good at managing people and things and consider all of a business's grapes, I guess you would say that. Religion would be replaced in business with, of course, the what do they call that? Your statement, your business statement would basically be your theme or your basically your religion, your theology for business. But you can use that to apply to every situation, not just business too, but if you're able to understand organizational structures, which is what a sociologist is supposed to do, a sociologist, the reason why I don't think people value sociology today is a lot of people with PhDs in sociology, all they did was study themselves and then say, oh, well, this is what people think because I did some research saying that that's what people think. No, dude, you literally said, hey, I want to talk about myself and get a PhD, so I'm going to use myself as an authority, and I'm going to find research that backs up what I think is true. And a lot of sociologists do this, so a lot of people don't see that as valuable. What? Yeah, I know. I'm on a rant here, okay? That's fine. I'm not being that loud. Wife's getting on to me. She thinks I should be in bed already, which she's probably not wrong. But point is you can apply this type of thought process um, to everything in your life, and that's something that I've done too. Is this whole grapes idea? I did that instinctually. I always look at things and try and separate them to understand them. Sometimes I come up with some pretty good theories and ideas, and sometimes it's crap because I didn't think about it in the right way. But point with that is that sociologists are supposed to analyze things with an open mind, and I don't even like using that word open mind. But you have to take the knowledge that is already there and realize that most people if you understand that organization or that group of people, they operate on these belief systems because everyone or the majority of that society operates on a similar or same structural belief system. Even in a multicultural society like us, like I said earlier in the day, that people in the United States, the majority of them, if they believe in the ideas of what America is supposed to be, you are believing in a liberal ideology, a Western liberal ideology. Again, classical is the way I go. And the reason why I go that way is not because I'm a white male over 40. Now, some of it has to do with me being a white male over 40, sure, and the experiences, but as a kid, I just wanted everybody to be treated equally because I don't understand treating somebody different because they have a different skin tone or they have a different sexual orientation or they're male or female, you know. Sure, there are some agreed upon traits that people have, especially in the mental areas, that might have to do with their physical aspects. But we still have to live within a group of opportunity, and giving someone the opportunity to at least try something out and see if they're good at it. Just try. It's everyone deserves that chance, but they also got to earn that opportunity too. And society provides that, and Western society provides that, especially as fair as they can without destroying this social structure. And like I said, having grapes, you have to have political structures, you have to have social structures, and that means that there's always going to be a leader. There's always going to be a economic class that creates most of the wealth of the society and benefits from the wealth of that society more than other people. But that's because a lot of times they're the leaders that generate that wealth. And then you're going to have other people who just for some reason can't take advantage or don't have the tools to take advantage of some opportunities, or they don't want to. They just want to work, make a paycheck, and don't bother trying to be as competitive as other people in that culture. I mean, again, that lady I told you about, oh, I'm not into working. You know? There's plenty of people like that. I've come across them over the years. As a benefit, I was security guard not because I was lazy, because I could work a bunch of hours and the pay was so crappy that I could deal with working overtime every week and still pay my bills. I apologize for the rant tonight. There's so many things that are going through my brain right now, especially when it comes to, you know, why people see the things they see. Like I said, the spread of we teach people in the United States to think everything's messed up. It's not. We're literally the most free and open society that's ever existed. And we have more opportunity to leave our social order than anybody else in any other society. I mean, Western society, after the liberal ideology that basically built it, It allows more people to have more opportunities than any other people have ever had in the world. So why are we bitching about it? It needs to be better. There needs to be more opportunity, but I mean, we're doing pretty damn good. We really are doing pretty damn good, and trying to be a modern liberal, which is in a sense just trying to take advantage of blaming other people for things that are disingenuously true. I talked about it in my video about my political beliefs, and a lot of the stuff I'm saying right now is in that video. But so if you're more interested in that, please watch it. Um, but to say the Crusades were a bunch of European Christians invading the Middle East is just as ignorant as saying that people that Israelis are oppressor colonists. No, the Israelis were kicked out of their country by the Romans. They're kicked out of their country by the I can't think of what they're called right now. Ironically, it's where modern day Iraq is, but I can't want to say Mesopotamia, but I can't remember the name at the top of my head. But Babylon, the Babylonians took over Israel. Then the Arabs took over Israel during the occupation of during in Muhammad's time. So to claim that they don't belong on that land or they need to share it with people who are basically stole it from them is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous concept. If you understand the grapes and where that comes from, then you wouldn't believe that. And there's this certain ignorant, you have to make people be ignorant of these facts to swallow that crap, because it is crap. Just like calling Jews colonists, white colonists, is just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. If you know anything about the history, which I kind of went through when it comes to the conflict between Christians and Islam fighting for basically taking over the entire world, trying to make a single world religion, which is what their intention was. Putting the blame on one group over the other is ridiculous. And then saying that people don't belong in a place where they've lived 6,000 years off and on, and the reason why they was off is they kept on losing. I mean, think about it. If Native Americans ended up becoming the majority of people in the United States, and they decided to kick all the non-Native Americans out and just reclaim it for themselves, do they have a right to do that? It was theirs to begin with. But then you're going to argue with me, well, land's not supposed to be owned by anybody. And some liberals will make that argument, and they're not wrong, but they are wrong in the fact that you have to have a society, you have to have a government, you have to have those grapes. to enforce land law in the first place. So if you're participating in the benefits of a culture, then you have to participate in the laws of that culture. So why are you trying to destroy a culture that allows you to have the beliefs you do openly? I don't know. I know I'm full of crap. I don't make a lot of sense, but it's that stream of consciousness that people like me have sometimes. In the day, I make sense to myself, so. We'll start with that. Almost out of bullets. Man, you couldn't have leaned up for me. Problem is every time I end up doing the most damage on this dude, I get killed before I can take advantage of it. Yeah, no. Oh, I like this rock. It reminds me of Black Myth. Hiding beneath the rock to protect myself. Oh, here he's gonna get me now. Dude, I just want your bullets. Oh, I gotta get a... Dude, let's just destroy them and then we'll have it out with each other, okay, buddy? Yay. Yay. Oh, where's my... Nice. Ah, son of a motherless goat. Well, thank you, one original viewer, which is probably me, watching my video tonight. My wife's probably gonna get mad at me if I keep talking, so I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you're watching this later on YouTube or X, or Twitch, I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. Tell me how I did. Send me something. Let me know you're watching and you like it or don't like it. At the end of the day, why am I talking to y'all if I don't have an audience anyway, right? Maybe it's cathartic. Maybe it gives me practice. Who knows? But thanks. Everyone's always invited to the man closet. If you don't agree with me or I might have some ideas on your own, please share them. I'm more than open to that. But thank you. I will be streaming every day. I'm trying to stick to a schedule. Again, I'm working on different videos, and I don't do just Fortnite. I'm just trying to find a niche or see if anyone's even interested in watching me. So, thanks a lot. Have a good night. We'll play a couple more games, but, well, hell, I'll just let it go until I'm done playing games, and I just won't talk anymore. Okay. Wait a minute. This isn't where I usually land. Oh, this is the wrong area. Dang it. Oh well. I've already completed the storyline so far until the next update. Should be tomorrow because Thursday is usually when the update drops, right? The weekly update. Oh, isn't there sometimes a sword in the middle, come to think of it? I have been here, it's just not my normal place. Oh yes, there's a sword over here. Is it Typhoon or Kinetic? It's Typhoon. Sweet. I got the sword. Really, dude. Stop moving. Nice. Oh, thanks for bringing that to me. I appreciate it. There you go. Oh, portal's open. They must have really put out Godzilla to get people to finish up their. They must be replacing the machine or something. Someone jumped in the Godzilla outfit. Oh, I could have just done that. I didn't even think about it. Godzilla. Ooh, I can buy stuff. The guy. Ooh, okay. I have a blue one already. I can buy bullets. Get set up for Godzilla again. Okay. I'm not ready. Come on, bud. I'm waiting on you. No, wait, I got. No. What do we got here? Oh yeah, there we go. I have no idea what even the purpose. I don't even know how to use this, honestly. This blade here. Oh, that's right. We have the thing over here. That's still here. Give me some Godzilla. Godzilla. Can benefit from some of his challenges if I don't get over them. Ah! I saw that, right? I almost destroyed him, too. I saw. I need to beat him again so I can finish my stuff. Dang it. I tried to do Nitro Discord and it didn't work. Tried to claim it. I don't understand why it's telling me. Claim it. I tried several times. No worky turkey. I barely even know how to use Discord anyway. I've been gaming since I was a little kid in the 80s. All of a sudden, you gotta be a freaking television producer to freaking play video games and have people watch you doing it. It's a lot of stuff to learn, for sure. And you have to have a lot of skill sets. That's why it's important to try everything. If you don't try everything, you don't know what you're bad at. My dad kind of helped me understand that. I miss him. He's been gone for like 3 years now. Has it been 3 or 4 years? It was his birthday on the 19th. He would have been 83 this year? Yeah, but he was born in 42. So, yeah. Yes, my father was born during World War II. He's that old. Or he was that old when he passed, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not even worried about the sword right now. Good gas station, see what I can get here. At least I know the sword will be there, if it's there at all right now. Let me check my expert levels. I miss when there was hiding spots in this area. They must have had to get rid of it for either people weren't using it or they needed the bandwidth for other stuff, other more important stuff. Oh yeah, they're definitely. This Godzilla thing must be up soon. It has to be. 'Cause I've never seen Godzilla show up 3 times in a row. At least not in my gameplay. He's on the other side though, dang it. No way I'm gonna catch up to him today. I have Godzilla challenges I have to do, and I've been playing this every day but yesterday. The last, what, 2 weeks maybe? And God, I've barely seen Godzilla at all. Now he's in 3 games the day before the update, so. Dang it, somebody chose it already. No. In case y'all didn't know, Godzillas are ever other players that become Godzilla. It's not an NPC, it's literally another player. I managed to do it one time. I don't think I'm anywhere near Godzilla. Golden Zero. But are you God Zero? Oh, Golden Zero. Sorry, I watched a couple of Godzilla movies when I was younger, and they had that Japanese accent thing going on. And that kinetic sword, of course it is. We're not a fan of the kinetic sword, if y'all ever figured that out. Oh, there he is. There's the mutt. And the question is there any useful tools over here? Come on over to the gas station, buddy. I need you to destroy some stuff anyway. Where's the... Nice, someone hit him pretty hard. Ooh. I don't even know what that's for. Oh, interesting. Can't hit him with the sword? Oh, there you go. You can hit him with the sword. That's cool. At least I learned this time. There you go, killed me one. I really do want to see my stats, but I think I can do that. I can never remember. Oh, wait. Bye-bye. Pumpkin pie. Need to get lucky and play him again. What did I do with my glasses? This looks like crap. Oh, yeah, I can order my new glasses too. Actually, these are getting kind of messed up. Need to rebalance them, I guess. Alright, so let's see if we can figure out what God's up with them. Going to assume he's probably going to be... We'll go to Folly. Or whatever it's called. I need to order me some glasses. I'm going to check again. I don't want to go there. Because Godzilla's definitely like one of them there. I'm just gonna this spot open. Actually, where he was earlier, so he might land here again, who knows? The sword over here. I don't see it. There's some other benefits over here. Oh. No. No sword this time. Oh, cool. Yeah, I can pull this and get a blow up. Usually a sword down here. Yeah, it's over here. With only minerals. We got a real gun. I'll grab it just in case Godzilla shows up. I don't see a sword over here either. First, they're probably looking for me too. Go quiet. Uh-oh. Gotta screw with these guys a little bit. You killed somebody. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. I got literally no bullets. Hey, second viewer. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to chat me. I would love someone to chat me. Because how can I chat with people? The people just watching. Because that's what makes it fun. Talking to people and playing the game, right? So, if you ever need, chat me up. I appreciate it if you would. Can't be too loud, the wife's sleeping. She's been complaining about that. Because wives never complain about anything, as y'all know, though. But it's the, oh yeah, this is the place I want. Now that I really need to get some stuff quickly. Hopefully, Godzilla will catch up again. We'll see. Thanks. So, by the way, Fortnite, I know you've gotten away with that, a lot of that buying of, using gold in the games, because y'all don't have half of the things you had before. That makes me wonder. I've been collecting all this gold, and I got nothing to use it on. At least it feels that way. Let's see if I can get some bullets, because that's what I really need. I didn't want to do that. Oh, crap. They're gonna move. That was cool. Okay. Now, is this a typhoon or what? Typhoon blade, nice. Wait, so there must be one over here that wasn't over. Okay. Got change. We're gonna go in for the bed. There we go. So it must be a place over here that I'm not aware of. Godzilla, please show up so I can finish my stuff. Alright. The Oni mask again. You? Oh, nice. Fire Oni mask. I do like Fire Oni. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I need as many bullets in case Godzilla shows up. We'll go to 0. Yay. Oh. Come on, Godzilla, please show up this time. Don't leave me hanging, Godzilla. Got challenges to complete. Now I need you to let me complete them. Railgun? Do I want a railgun that much? I think I'm supposed to get one anyway. I'll deal with it. Got some good stuff. Godzilla, show up, please. Am I the only one playing this game right now? Sure does feel like it. Ooh, this is a hard one. Actually, this SMG is better for aiming. Very low recoil. I think this is a night scope. Or dot, whatever we're gonna call it. Oh, yeah, Godzilla's not showing up. Why's it ghosting over here? Fun stuff. Thanks to watchers. Appreciate you. Please tell your friends if you find this enjoyable at all. Like I said, I would even be more enjoyable if someone would chat with me. I enjoy chatting with people. Talk about anything you want. Oh, just see if I can buy some bullets up in here. Yeah. Nice. Got the bullets now. If I had Godzilla to shoot them at, I'd be happy camper. Is that a typhoon? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 2 now. I don't have 2. It's 11 o'clock. Gotta work tomorrow. Gotta get up at 5. But I got my planning period. Planning blocked. I gotta get you saying blocked at 10 o'clock. You still don't have to be at work the whole day. I can't. There's no point to buy them. Let's see up in here. Do I want to get a new car? I really attack on flat surfaces. I don't like going looking for people that are in buildings and crap. Easiest way to get cornered. Well, they do offer some protection at the same time. Still display lack of Godzillas. Well, that's horse crap, but whatever. I'll deal with it. Oh, no wonder I was getting the crap kicked out of me. Now this makes way more sense. That wasn't a... That's right. I really need to... Ooh, yes. Yes, please. Gotta stop doing that. I don't even need that. Splash, this will work. Exactly what I need. Yes, I'm full up now. Let's get out of Dodge. Do I really need to go after that? Where's that at? It's right on the edge. Yeah. So, really don't need the railgun right now either, because there's no Godzilla. That's the only reason why you really need a railgun. No, I don't really need that. Crap. Most of my weapons are crap. Really need should got a med kit. I wasn't smart because I'm screwed after one encounter with another one if they are any good or not. What was that? That a med kit? I don't know. Oh, yeah, I wonder what's up here. I think I've ever been actually up here. Been around it, but not up there. Not gonna play with it. Mm. 19 new rang. I can only find a med kit. Just to have one just in case. That works. No. What was that over there? Ooh, shotgun. That'd be a very valuable thing right now. Wish I found a med kit that would really be. No gas is really low too. Dang it, I did not prepare for this. No med kits. Mm-hmm. That'd be a good place. Ooh, you and your freaking crappy railgun. No. Oh, there you go. Ooh, he has a motorcycle day. Ooh, he has a med kit. Ooh. Use that just in case. Oh, he was trying to use his golden med. Okay, I understand why he was obsessed with using that crappy round gun. It just takes too long. It's too easy to. Oh, he had an Oni too. Oh yeah, we traded Onis. No, it's. Oh, he has a motorcycle left. Yeah, they're right through. Bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Wham, bam. I'll go blam. Here we go. I won. That's a good way to end the night, isn't it? Sweet. Mm, Thank goodness. I love winning. Alright, y'all. I gotta go to bed. Oh, man. Let me check out my quest. Bang. Expertise. We gotta use assault rifles more. Oh, I'm not using them at all, dude. Oh, geez, this is gonna take forever. Holy mask, I still gotta do that. Geez, I haven't gotten any expertise yet. And I'm at what 90? Where am I at? 92 level. I know I am. Good night, y'all. Thanks for watching. Please tell your friends I do have a merch shop. I know that sounds ridiculous since I'm not monetized. I ain't got anybody watching, but hey, if I blow up, if you buy the shirt, you can say you're the first ones to buy the shirt before, the shirt or hat or whatever. It might be lame. It's just my little, yeah. But I'm working on some other stuff I think I'll put in there, but we'll find out.